Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 340. And in terms of video update, it is, I believe, 118. Slight discrepancy. I explained that a couple of times before, but for everyone that is new to the project, the difference is because I started the blog 340 days ago. So every day I post and every day I record that podcast, but the video updates started just 118 days ago, and they also happen every day. So you have blog, which I write the blog post every day. Then there is a podcast, which this video is part of, but initially it was just audio on Spotify, Apple, and Google, but now it's also YouTube version in the video format as well as video format on Spotify video, because Spotify also has video podcasts. As you can see, still not shaved. I'm really crap at that. For some reason, I always find excuses to not take care about myself, and you can see probably over days if you follow or track what I do, even if you do it from time to time, you probably could see a couple of slip ups and things that I lost track of or stopped doing, and then I came back to. The good thing is that blog is going well, podcast is going well. It happens every day. Sometimes the posts are short and a bit crappy, I would say, because they might not bring any value or excitement, but this is life. It's not always exciting. It's actually quite boring sometimes, and most of the time, I would say, unless you're a very lucky person that leads super exciting life and every day is totally different, full of fireworks and engaging things, which I'm really jealous about if you do. So today, it was Thursday, yes. So Thursday, I kind of feel like repeating myself, but unfortunately, in the recent weeks, it actually became so busy at work that I'm really, apologies for the language, pissed off, because I was expecting the holidays time, the summer and the vacation time, whatever you call it, the July and August to be a quieter months, and they usually are. But for some reason this year, it actually came up that I don't know if people started working on holidays or started taking holidays outside of that period, but the workload actually increased in summertime rather than decrease or kind of hold and drag a little. So to the point that I was so immersed or pushed to or forced into working that I forgot completely about planning for holidays. Not that I like to plan holidays for the summertime, we usually avoid it. Main reason, we don't like crowds, and also this time of the year is usually very much the time when most of the vendors, hotels, airlines, and everybody else, they cannot wait to milk all the people that come uh, to the very last drop, and in this scenario, last coin, I would say. So yeah, everything is overpriced. Is It's ridiculously priced, and if you consider that all hotels and attractions are packed, it's all crowdy and noisy, and you pay for that more. That makes no sense, but for some reason, well, I guess I know what reason is, people just are afraid to take holidays outside of that time because kids are off school in most countries, so they schedule holidays for the same period. I'm not sure if they're afraid to take kids out of school for longer or something like that, but to be honest, I couldn't care less. There is something that is, I would say, repeated generation after generation, that school is almost like church or something, you know, sacred and shouldn't be in any way violated in terms of, some rules or guidances that are there. And I understand, obviously, you don't want to, if you put your kid in school, you want it to attend the school and learn something from it. But education system is built to help our kids to get educated and prepare for life. Of course, we can discuss that a little bit deeper. It's flawed a lot and it's outdated in most countries. So, yes, I know education is a bit, maybe not overrated, but I think well, it is overrated in terms of people still glorify and put it as a holy grail, but it isn't these days. Of course, you need some basic understanding of maths and language, etc., and know a little bit about the world, but the fact that education for decades, or actually probably centuries, was never including any bits related to finance or how you should deal with trading and money and your own home budget. Some people put it as a conspiracy theory. I would say there's no conspiracy in it. It's straight in our face. The education wasn't built to, raise people that can create businesses or be financially, versatile and, have that mastery of operating the money, because the capitalism is built to make sure that there's always that kind of disbalance. And while this is the best system so far that we have, I would say the least flawed system if you compare it to socialism, communism, and others, it is still bad. And unfortunately bad in the sense that while it gives you a freedom of kind of, the free market and be the freedom of kind of building the business, if you are willing to put the effort and learn how to do it and put the hard work to build something, you can obviously get value and earn a lot of money and have that freedom. But for most of the people, they don't learn anything about finance for all these years at school, be it primary or secondary or both. And even when you go to high school or college, unless you're on the financial side or accounting side, you don't learn anything about money at all, really. So that system is way, way outdated and needs a solid revamp if it is at least, meant to do something good for people than just pack their brains with a lot of useless knowledge that probably only applies in trivia games or, TV shows or crosswords or something like that, or at the bar so you can drink with pals and, I don't know, exchange, that those interesting facts or trivia, but that doesn't bring you money and doesn't bring you happiness, I'm sure. At least not the happiness that you would like to feel in your life or experience. And it doesn't improve your life, really, unless you're good in trivia shows and you're earning money by taking place in multiple of them across the year, earn decent money, and yeah, that then it makes sense. But other than that, you know, it's questionable. So I kind of diverge a little bit, but yeah, so some people are kind of afraid of taking the break of school for a kid outside of that holiday season, and only target any holidays within those short breaks or the big break during the summertime, which is bad for them. I would say some of them are not aware of that, that it's bad for them, that that's the only thing they saw over many years, and they have friends and family that do the same, so they don't see the other side. And when they hear that somebody goes outside of holiday season, that's odd and usually kind of, thought about as a weirdo scenario rather than something that might be interesting, and maybe we should explore that option. So I kind of don't blame them, but that's good for all the people that have a little bit contrarian approach and accept the fact that they won't go for holidays in the summertime because it's crowded and they don't like it, maybe, or they don't want to go because it's way too expensive, and they can take that 1-2 weeks off in, let's say, October, and still go to a decent place that's probably still warm enough and sunny to spend time there and enjoy it, or explore, maybe go on a road trip and explore a couple of places that they had on their bucket lists, so. And that's us. I don't remember many times that we were on the holidays in July and August. Once we were in, I would say, in the life of Julian. Once we were in between July and August, I think, and it was in Poland, but we actually went to Poland for more than a month, so end of July to early September, and that was mixture of me working remotely from Poland and at the same time taking part of holidays and spending them in different kind of places, visiting family, spending time with one family, then another family, then spending some time beside the lake in the cottage that we have. Well, my family have, and then also the seaside, Baltic Sea in Poland. So that was kind of a bigger chunk of holiday slash remote work that we combined, and that I think I was in 2020. That was a COVID time. The actual restrictions were released around July, that moment, and once we knew that it's easier to travel, then we obviously could use that opportunity and spend that month, a bit more than a month, together with family and friends. But other than that, we either go in April, May, or September, October are our choices, or December if we want to go, but not the usual Christmas time in usual destinations, but in Christmas time we choose destination that most of the people don't, like for example going to the beach, while others are going to the family and friends and spend that in the cities or towns. So yeah, that's our approach, and it works very well. And today I actually booked holidays in Portugal, our place of kind of choice very often, because it has a lot of common elements of the culture here in Ireland as well as Poland. It has a lot of amenities that we know, and also Portuguese people have a mixture of English and Portuguese across different areas, because it's a very touristic um, country, I would say. So a lot of people speak English to some extent, and they are also in Eurozone, so we don't need to change currency or anything like that. We are still moving within European Union, so between Ireland and Portugal there's no extra entry requirements, no currency problems. Everything works like a charm, like we were in a almost single kind of country. It's like United States, I would say, Of course, the states differ in laws and government kind of units and different things that are very specific to states, but they are United States. You operate all same currency, dollar. You have one governing body, I would say. Although, in your case, it's a country, so there is a single president and government. In this situation, it's more of a different countries, and the European Union has a global umbrella, maybe not the government, but governing body that guides other countries to work as close as possible to unified approach and be cooperating and unified as much as we can, preserving their uh, cultures and traditions and countries. So not touching their culture or things, but more on the economic side and safety, security, compliance, things like that. Yeah, so yeah, it's Portugal. For now, just flight tickets booked in October. So first 2 weeks of October are our holidays. We still need to plan it, book the car, hotel, or whatever whatever we will stay in. We still need to plan the route, how to go, but we want to visit a couple of new places and areas around Lisbon and Porto, so more of the north half of the Portugal, while we saw a lot in the southern part called Algarve. It's more touristic and more sunny because it's close to Morocco and has better weather. But we recently went into Nazare, where are probably the biggest waves in the world and very common tourist surfer spot. And Julian is in love with those waves and this place, so we are probably going back there once we land there someday. We'll, like 1 or 2 days definitely will be around Nazare, so that's still yet to be planned. I will be updating you on that, and that's probably it for today. From the update perspective, as I said, today was very much work focused. We only managed with Julian and Elizabeth to go to Morval Beach, and we were fortunate to wait a little bit in the car park because it was lashing rain, but it cleared after about 10-15 minutes, and we did our interval walk slash run or jog across the beach, about 5k, completely dry. There was no drizzle even, so, and it was lovely sunset, as you can see on the blog. If you go there, there is a picture of Julian and Elizabeth in the background when we were coming back from the run. So if you are interested, go to the blog post. It's the address is in the description of the podcast. If you can't find it, it's www.bluntforcehealing.com, and you can find the latest post, day 340. Time to wrap up. Have a great day, or the rest of the day, rest of the evening, wherever you are, and stay tuned. I'll try to shave myself for tomorrow. See ya.